And we're live. Hey up, me ducks. How is everybody? Hi, Jenna.
Hello, my dear friend Simon. How are you?
I'm good. I've been looking forward to this all day. I got up like 12 hours ago and I'm like, hey, it's today. We get to do our fifth annual Christmas Cup of Ketchup and Cards. Where
I
the
know.
five
Can you
years gone?
believe it?
I can't. I really can't. I mean, yeah, it's like 5 year. This coming March will be our 5 year anniversary on YouTube because we joined at the same time.
We did pretty
So
much just within months of each other. So, yeah.
yeah, wow. And our fifth Christmas together as well, which is lovely. And I'm always grateful that you come on and you do this with me. So thank you. Before we start, just to say thank you for coming every year and hanging out with me and celebrating Yule and Christmas. So
Well, thank you for inviting me every year. And I wouldn't have it any other way. It's not Christmas. There are two things to me that say Christmas. One, when your parents put out the Christmas decorations in the yard, I just love how much they love Christmas. And then when you and I do our Christmas live together, then it's like really Christmas.
yeah, yeah, and we're a little bit earlier this year, aren't we? Because it's just the way it's fallen. Christmas Day falls on a Saturday, and it's like the Saturday before, but it's a little bit earlier. But I feel Christmassy because I broke up from work yesterday, and like you said, all the lights are on now. Today, the city has been at a standstill because of all the Christmas shoppers, and it's been on the news about there's no car parking spaces in the city, and there's just that buzz of the festive holidays, and everybody's buying into it. I think this year.
Yeah, me included, because I'm retired now, we didn't have any problems trying to figure out when I could get off work for us to do this. We usually had to, manage my schedule in order for me to do this. And then the other thing is um, this year, my having heavy grieving period for the loss of my Andy is I passed that, and
Mm,
this year I decided that I was going to embrace the holidays wholeheartedly, and so
yeah,
this year has been a much happier Christmas for me than in some of the years past. So I'm very grateful for that, and
yeah.
I'm also very grateful for your friendship through all of those tough Christmases because you have been absolutely wonderful.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. And it's we always kind of start off by saying what our year has been. And I know that this year was a huge turning point for you, in terms of coming through that. And you're the first person to say it's not like that ever goes away, but you get to that point where it's manageable, and the pain is less, but the memories are still there and the fondness is still there and everything else. But you learn to live with it and go forward, don't you? So I'm just pleased that you're at that point, and yeah, and that no matter what, you all through the years you've still been there. As like you just said, I have for you. You've been there for me as well when I've had my dark times, and that's just a true testament to friendship, isn't it?
Yeah,
When
it is.
people are there, good times and bad, it
Yep.
doesn't matter. You can count on them. So lovely. Well, there's so many people here already. There's almost 70 people here, and we've
Oh
only
my
just
God.
started. So it's a bit late to do an individual hello to everybody, but
Yes.
hello to everybody who's here. Thank you for joining us. We have got so much stuff to do tonight. The script writes itself now, because we've the one thing for me, and I know Jen's the same. Christmas and Yule are about traditions, and what's happened with the Christmas Cup and Catch Up and Cards is that we've got our traditions. So we will be doing, our looking at our year card, how that played out. We'll be working out what our year card is for next year. We will be doing the Christmas box. So the 10 people plus myself and Jenna, who were in there last year, I'll be reading out your Christmas messages, and then we'll throw it open for another 10 people to enter into the box for this year, for 2021, to be read out next year. And then we've got the Christmas quiz. And the Christmas quiz, we've got some cool prizes for this time. So, and there's been some donations for that as well. Some tarot bags from Anne. I don't know if people have had a chance to check out the video I put up earlier about Oracle X, but I've got 2 of them to give away. So we've got some cool stuff. And Jenna, you've got a couple of things as well, haven't you?
I do have some items to give away. I've got a lovely, I got a witchy book and some other stuff to go along with it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Cool. So more of that later. But do you know what? Yes. I'm thirsty. Are you thirsty, Jen?
I'm thirsty. Yes, I am, Simon.
Shall we have a festive drink? But can I just ask firstly, is Santa's butthole still in retirement?
Is what? Santa's butthole still what?
In retirement. You retired Santa's butthole.
Is still in retirement. Yes. Yes. Yep.
I just wanted to get those words in. So you've been on a bit of a mission, haven't you, for your drink this year? Do you want to tell us?
Well, it was, I think 2 years ago, Simon had this wonderful drink called a snowball. And I had never heard of it before, but I decided it sounded wonderful and I really wanted to have it. And I could not find the doggone liquor to save my life. So this year I thought, I'm going to start looking for this thing early. So it was in October I started looking for this, and nobody here carries it, you know? So finally in November, with, of course, the help of one of our cavers who actually lives in Australia, she located a bottle in San Diego.
Not a butthole.
No, not a butthole, a bottle.
Oh, a bottle.
I drove 70 miles.
Wow.
To get this bottle. Now, mind you, I did pick up a few more liquors while I was there.
Well, if you're going to drive 70 miles.
Right? You know, and it was a fantastic liquor store. If I really needed to load up on liquor, I would certainly drive the 70 miles to go to this place again. It was absolutely fantastic. Had all the imports and everything. So, you know, you cavers, lifesavers.
So, shall we show them then how to make the traditional English snowball? Now, I know that different countries, particularly in Europe, will have different ways of doing it. And even, I mean, there's certain things you struggled to get, wasn't there, Jen? Like lemonade in the States is very different to our lemonade, because our lemonade is crystal clear like water and it's carbonated. So anything in the UK that has aid at the end, like orangeade, cherryade, lemonade, is fizzy. But that's different where you are.
Right. Our lemonade is nothing more than a mixture of lemon juice, sugar, and water. There's no fizzy at all. What we have is, what I had to go searching for was sparkling lemonade here in the United States. So that's what it's called, sparkling lemonade. And my God, I got the last bottle on the shelf last night.
So, a glass, and I did show this a couple of years ago, but you know, different people come into the community at different times.
Right.
So the one we tend to get here is warnings. So warnings advocar. But yours, I don't think you get warnings, did you, over there?
No, the one we tend to get here in the States is called verpoten.
Oh.
Verpoton.
Okay.
I think it's German.
I tend to put about that much in a glass. So probably about a third advocar. And then,
well, according to the instructions you sent me, I'll just tell everybody, it's 50 milliliters. I measured because I didn't know what I was doing, so I followed the BBC recipe.
Okay. And then literally a dash of lime, because again, here lime cordial is concentrate, so it's very strong. Whereas your lime is it's still strong, but not as strong, we don't think. So I just put a little dash.
It might not be as strong. Again, in the United States, you cannot find what is called lime cordial. What they call it here is sweetened lime juice.
Yeah.
And the recipe called for 15 mil. So I got quite a bit more lime juice in mine.
Okay. Ours is just usually a dash of lime. Not a lot of people put lime in anymore, but I was brought up with it. That's how we made it when we were kids. So, but yeah, I remember when I was in the States, because this is either called cordial or squash. And I remember saying to my in-laws, "Do you have any squash?" And I was like, "Why? Are you hungry?" What? And there was something over there called spaghetti squash.
Yeah,
that had all this butter on, so I had to have it. But yeah, I think the closest you guys have to using this for making cold drinks would be like Kool-Aid, which is a powdery substance. Right. I think that's the closest you have to that. And then you fill the rest with your sparkling lemonade. I don't know if you heard that hiss. So I'm going to probably spill this everywhere. And I forgot to bring a spoon. I'm going to have to grab a spoon. So, and that's your snowball. And then, just to show off, just to be fancy, because we always had these when I was a kid, we have what we call glacier cherries. And you get a cocktail stick and you just pop your glacier cherry and stir it around. And the sweetness of the cherry enhances the flavor.
And here is mine, already made.
Oh,
and
cheers.
I got maraschino cherries.
Oh, cool. I can't wait for the verdict.
Oh, that's nice.
You like it?
Oh, I could get schnockered on this real easy.
Schnockered. Yeah, it is really, really good. If I finish it, because I said to Jen a couple of weeks ago, because every year I've had a different drink. I think a couple of times I might have had a Bailey's, like twice, because Bailey's, I really like that.
Right, Bailey's is your holiday staple.
Yeah. And then I said to Jenna, I said, "Oh, I've got a new drink to have this year." So she was like, "What? Well, what's the new drink?" And then Jen started telling me about her 70-mile trip and how she was on a mission to get Advocar. And I sent her the BBC recipe and was talking. And I was like, "Do you know what? I'm going to have a snowball with Jenna." But I'd already got it. And there's a new Tia Maria. Now, Tia Maria is lovely with Bailey's. The coffee liqueur is really, really nice. We've had that in our family for years as well. We used to mix it with Bailey's. But this year, they brought out a white bottle of Tia Maria, and it's matcha. So it's a tea liqueur, and I'd never heard of a tea liqueur before. Coffee liqueur, yes. And it's green. It's like this green color. But it's very creamy and it's quite sweet. But I might give you a little show and a bit of a mukbang with that later.
Okay.
If I finish my snowball, that is. No pressure.
Oh, I'm definitely finishing mine, and I'll probably go back for another one later. Oh, speaking of the snowball, by the way, so the Verpoten Advocar is, I don't know if the Warings is British, but the Verpoten is German.
Oh, okay.
And
Let's see. It's Holland. Produced by Irvin Warning, which is Holland. Imported by William Grant and Sons, UK. So it's imported into the UK, but it's originally from Holland.
Okay, so the Advocar I have is German based, because when I went to this wine store, they it was a fabulous store. They actually had like wine expert and spirit experts walking the floor that would help you with these things. And they were telling me that they had a German couple come in that was looking for the Advocar. And I guess what they do is you buy those little tiny chocolate cups that they make.
Yeah.
You pour the Advocar in and you put it in the refrigerator, because the Advocar gets like pudding consistency when you refrigerate it.
Yeah, it's like a custard. It goes like a thick custard.
Yes, and that's what they eat as appetizers at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So of course you know about chocolate cups.
Of course. So this is really interesting because it says this was established in 1616, the year 1616, and it is now the largest manufacturer of quality Advocar in the world. So I'm surprised you weren't able to get Warnings. But then it says, for the perfect snowball, take 2 shots of Warnings Advocar and pour it into a long drink glass filled with ice. I've never had it over ice, but add the juice of a quarter of a lime. So they're doing actually straight from the lime, and top up with lemonade.
Yep.
So
I actually have ice in my drink.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do. So.
Oh, cool. Oh, Jen's here. Hi, Jen.
Hi, Jen. Oh my God. Hi, just 84. Hi,
guys. Yeah. Well, with Facebook as well, we've got nearly 90 because we're streaming into Facebook
wonderful.
too.
I am so thrilled that you are all here and that you guys love this as much as we do. So, yay.
And Billy said this takes her right back. It was her mum and auntie's favourite drink at Christmas. It's always a favourite of ours. So you have a festive treat?
Oh.
You show me what's your festive treat, and I'll tell you about the mince pie of choice this year.
So my festive treat is right here. And I made this, and this is Nigella Lawson's recipe for Rocky Road fudge. This is her infamous Christmas Rocky Road.
Wow. You're very adventurous making things. Mine all comes in packets. So every year, I try and get a different type of mince pie, so I'm not just getting the standard same mince pie every year. And this year's are from Waitrose, and it is brown butter mince pies with Courvoisier cognac. And it says a rich and buttery pastry filled with rich mince meat made with apricots, glacier amarena, cherries, and almonds laced with cognac. And they are gorgeous. The pastry in these mince pies just crumble away. They're just so gorgeous. And the jam filled with
I have to say, I almost spit out my rocky road because our Chris asked me if I made it in the microwave.
Oh, that's wasn't that the way that Nigella pronounces it or
Yes,
something?
it was.
The microwave.
The microwave.
Well, you didn't see his comment earlier about Santa's butthole.
Yep. So I have to explain. First of all, I was gifted this hat by a wonderful friend of mine. So I embellished it today, and I want to show people that I actually found a crown ornament because I am the self-proclaimed queen of poo.
In the most
So
affectionate
there you
way.
go, guys.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you know, I don't know if I mentioned this in previous years, but every year I wear the same Santa hat. I don't know if you've noticed. But it's a homage to you in a way, Jen, because this hat was purchased in America 21 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
And it's gone a little bit discolored, but the quality of it, we don't get anything like this over here. It is thick. It is warm. I could wear this outdoors and it would keep my head warm. It's just really, really lovely
wow,
quality.
That's fantastic. No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I got it from a store called ZCMI. We would say ZCMI. I don't know if it's just a Utah thing, but it's a big department kind of store. ZCMI. Oh, that was lovely. We're just sat here eating.
I know.
And drinking.
Having our drinks and snacks. I love it.
So last year was quite a gloomy Christmas because we was in lockdown. I don't know what it was like. I can't remember what it was like in California around Christmas last year. But we went into lockdown again the week before and was only allowed 6 people on Christmas Day and everything got cancelled. Our Christmas dinner was cancelled. We made the most of it as best we could. And, you know, I'd like to say things a little bit better, but even today, we just got a news flash saying that London has just declared a state of emergency because there's been 10,000 new cases just today alone. And things are heating up again. I don't know what things are like where you are. Is it bad? But it is, the Omicron variant is just ravaging this country at the moment.
Yeah, well, California has had a problem. We were, well, last year, yeah, everything was shut down. That was all there was to it. So it really wasn't very festive. There wasn't anything going on, no parades or, you know, people weren't putting up lights. It was just a very, very sparse Christmas last year. You know, California was doing pretty good, but Omicron showed up and we have just, as of Wednesday this week, they have reinstated a mandated mask wearing when you are in shops and restaurants.
Yeah.
And that is on for until January 15th. It's 1 month. I mean, it's not that difficult to do.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we go through. Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, so that's what's happening here. They have reinstated the mask mandate, and they've also put a limitation on gatherings as well. I don't know what the numbers are, but I know they've limited gatherings. Okay.
So yeah, for the last couple of weeks, we've got mandatory mask wearing again in shops, but we have to have passports now. So if we want to go into nightclubs or places like concerts and things, you have to have a passport to say that you've been fully vaccinated and things like that. This morning, they announced that Wales was closing all nightclubs and venues like that from Boxing Day. And then with the state of emergency in London being announced today, I just know that there's more restrictions coming. Whether it'll be before Christmas or after Christmas, I don't know. But lots and lots of things are happening here. But we're not going to let anything spoil the fun tonight. We're here to have a good time and to just to have some fun. So, shall we start off with the card of the year?
Sure.
Cool. So, this is where we look back at the card that was our card for the year previous, so the year that we've just come into the end of, so in this case 2021, and then we'll look at our card for next year. And do join in, what was your card of the year? How did it play out for you? And then when we get to the bit where we look at the year ahead card, your thoughts about that card. Just to remind everybody, or if it's your first time here, the way that you work out your card of the year is your birthday and month. So mine is the 15th of October, so it's 1510. And then this is the year ahead, so it'll be 2022. Okay, so you then add 1 + 5 + 1 + 2 + 2 + 2, and it will give you a number. And mine is 13, which is death. So my card for 2022 is death. And I know Jackie's will be the same because Jackie has the same birthday as me, and we'll always have the same year ahead card. If your number is above 22, because you would count the Fool, because the Fool doesn't have a number, so you have to put him at the end of the arcana. You carry on adding till you get a number below. So that's how you work that out. So hopefully everybody. And Jen is leaving her death year and heading into temperance.
Yay!
Wow.
I'm trying to find my card for this year, or for next year rather. I should have done this ahead of time, but
that's okay. We could talk about our cards for the year that we're ending.
Sounds good.
Okay.
So I got the world. Oops. This is the world card from our lovely winter weight, last year's winter weight deck. By the way, as long as I have this, Tarot Collectibles will be coming out with a glitter weight. That is their next project. I'm so excited. Anyway, I got the world card for last year, and boy, was that true. It was about March, I think March or April, where I really turned the corner on my grief and started embracing life. And since then, the rest of the year, I mean, seriously, the world has been my oyster. I have enjoyed myself more this year than I have in many a year. So my card was great this year.
That's perfect. Perfect card for you for your year.
How was your travels with death?
Oh no, death is coming for me. That sounds terrible. Death is coming for you. My card for 2021 was the Hanged Man. Ooh. And you know what? Particularly the first half of the year, I can really relate to the Hangman, because, as I said, when we entered, and I remember saying, it might have been on the New Year's Eve live that I did, but I remember saying, I think the year will end better than how it's going to start. And yes, I was talking about globally with it, but also the first half of the year on a personal front was an awful situation. My mum was really ill, 5 different stays in hospital, loads of worrying and calls in the middle of the night. And, I had to kind of abandon my involvement in Tarathon, and Jen very kindly took over. But I did get to that point where I thought to myself, if I don't start to think of things a little bit differently and just take a break and press the pause button, I'm going to end up going under, because, I have got a history of suffering with anxiety, and, I have been hospitalized many years ago after having breakdowns. So I get the signs when I know that I'm not coping with things. So for me, the hangman was very much a reminder to, look, you're just going to have to press the pause button. You're going to have to surrender to the situation and do as much as you can to look at the world from that different topsy-turvy place that you're seeing it in, but also just, you know, take that time. You know, don't feel that you know, whilst things are happening out of your control, what you can control is your reaction to it and the way that you view things. So for me, it was very much sort of, you know, I'm just gonna allow this to be what it's going to be. You know, the things I can deal with and the things I can have control over, I will. But the things I can't, I'm just going to have to make my peace at that, you know, with that, and just, you know, get by for now. So yeah, so definitely the first part of it. But I think we've all kind of had a hangman year as well, haven't we? When we think about things that are out of our control and how we have to view things and adjust to our different surroundings. And when the world seems like it's upside down, you've just got to try and find some meaning in that. So that's how I kind of interpreted my card of the year. So let's see what other people have had for theirs. So
we got lots of stuff.
have we? If you see something, feel free to read it out, Jenna.
Okay, so Denise Young has the Chariot.
Okay.
Nicole Busto, hers is the Star for next year.
Chris got an 8, which can be strength or justice, which is interesting. And we'll be moving into a hermit year.
Our Somewhere in Time Tarot Carolyn got the Emperor card this year. And Jay Van Bo got the Sun.
Cool. Malamia got Lovers, which is my life path card. And 22 card is the Chariot. Thank goodness I'm moving into a chariot year. Really need to get some things moving. Caroline, Emperor.
Chris has got Strength, and he's moving into the Hermit.
Yeah. Nicole has just had a Tower year. And she said, so true. So much change. But you know what, Nicole? You're here at the end of the year. Having got through a Tower year, your foundations will be rock solid now to build again.
Yep,
That's
absolutely.
how I look at Tower cards.
Me too. I do too. It's like everything else may be gone, but your foundation is still there. Just rebuild, you know?
Yeah.
And build it better. And you know, that's the way I looked. I had a Tower year. And, you know, just look at it as an opportunity to rebuild things the way you want it this time around, you know?
Yeah. Karen, who's book white, said Death will be her 22. She always has the same card as me. That's interesting. Elaine is going into a hermit year next year as well. Donna, Wheel of Fortune. Diane is Wheel of Fortune.
Our Tiny Trinkets, Ange, she was the Lovers. And she said it was definitely a year of choices for her. And Aquarius Owl Debbie, she got the Temperance.
Oh, wow. Barefoot Pagan got Temperance 2. And this year was the Death year. Yeah.
Good
That's
stuff,
really cool.
guys. Good stuff.
There's lots of people around the middle of the major arcana. Have you noticed? There's lots of Tower, Death, Temperance, all around there. I mean, there's some others as well, but there seems like quite a few people.
Right. One other thing I wanted to point out about these, about our year cards is, and I found this out from Mary Greer, is that it runs in, I think, a 8-year cycle. So your cards will go right in line down the major arcana for 8 years. And then it will start over someplace else in the deck. Mm-hmm. So right now I'm still on a streak because my card for last year was the world. And this year coming up, I'm going to be a fool.
Yay!
I am going to be a fool. And I'm
But that's
thrilled.
brilliant. Yeah,
I'm
that is
thrilled.
brilliant. And doesn't it align perfectly as well with what you were saying about how you're feeling, your new outlook, absolutely a full year coming up. And you're right, because when I started doing this, I can remember my first video about the year ahead spread. My card was the moon. That was the first one that I got. And now I'm back a bit. So I've obviously got quite a few more years in this sequence yet.
Yep.
Yeah. So I remember doing the moon and then the sun. But then something's obviously switched with the numbers. But that's cool. So how do you feel about the Fool?
I feel good. I feel like being a fool next year. I'm going to be just jumping off that cliff and going, I got everything I need right here. Let's see what's out there.
Yeah.
So
cool.
Yeah.
So mine's the death year. I've got a death year coming up, and I like the death card. I know people, there's not many cards that I think, oh no, probably 10 of Swords, because trying to put a positive slant on that can be quite a stretch. But the death card really is about the end of a cycle and the beginning of something new, so it's that opportunity knocking and not being afraid to grab it with both hands, seeing where it takes you. So there's lots of Fool energy as well, because it's about seizing opportunities and going with it. But for me, it's just about, and everything is cyclical, isn't it? We talked about how we've been doing this 5 years. The wheel of the year turns and we find ourselves back where we were. Okay, we're a little bit older, a little bit wiser, but everything is cyclical. Days of the week, months of the year,
Right.
Seasons, everything.
Right.
And this
But
is
you
just
also,
saying,
I was going to say, although the Fool and the Death card are great cards, one of the things that we still have to keep in mind is these cards have a light and a dark side. And so, I'm sure I'm going to make some missteps during the year. Not everything goes wonderful just because you decide you're going to be adventurous and jump off a cliff,
yeah,
You could land funny and end up rolling your ankle or something,
true.
And as far as the death card goes, I always think about it, there is no growth without some pain involved. And so, and I think none of us wants to admit it or acknowledge it, but I think it's very true, having lived through quite a bit of pain recently, that the pain is what kind of pushes you to grow, to get beyond. Yeah, not everything is going to be love and roses for the Fool or for Mr. Death over here, but we're going to do the best we can with what we've got, right, Simon?
Absolutely. There's, as corny as it sounds, talking about tarot and cards, we deal with the hand that's dealt us, the cards that's dealt us, and we've just been dealt these cards. But the way I always try and think of it, especially when I'm in those challenging times, or when I'm experiencing anxiety or stress or worry, it always feels very dark and very black. But what I have to remember is, like you said, it's at those times that you grow. But it's not until you come out of it at the other side that you look back and you think, wow, that was a journey, but I'm here and I'm stronger because of this. I'm wiser because of this. I've learned these lessons. Sometimes it's the hard way, but I've learned these lessons, and they shape us into who we are. And as I've said before, we are the total sum of our lived experiences. Nothing is lost. It's just everything. It's part of our immortal souls that we take with us, that knowledge and that wisdom. And yes, it can be, life can deal a shitty hand, but it's getting through it and growing as a consequence of it, I suppose.
Yeah. Well said, my friend.
So that's our card of the year. The next bit is the Christmas box.
Yay!
So here's the Christmas box. This is our 3rd year. So this is something we started doing Christmas 2019. And the reason why we introduced it was this, again, is a tradition that we did in my family. We don't do it anymore. It stopped a few years ago, but I've still got the Christmas box because I inherited it. And I can go back. There's entries in there from 25 plus years ago. But the idea of the Christmas box is we put into it what our hopes are for the year ahead and what we're looking forward to most about this particular Christmas. So Christmas of 2020. In fact, that's the first prompt. What we're looking forward to the most for Christmas 2020. And then what are our hopes and dreams for the year ahead, which will be 2022. Now, don't put them in yet, because what we're going to do first is go back through last year's. And if you are in here, if you're here in the chat and you went into the box last year, let us know in the comments whether your hopes and dreams did come true or you did get the Christmas that you hoped for last year. Then we'll give the signal. And Jenna always is great with helping me. I'll write them down and Jenna will tell me the first 10, but please don't put them yet because they won't be counted because it's a while off yet. So opening the box, we have, I've just had a horrible thought. I was like, if I've got 10 cards for this year, but I have. We've got 2020 to read. I just need to put, well, I'll do that bit afterwards. Let's put 2019 away. And then we will have a look at the cards from 2020. So Jenna, yours was, your wish for this last Christmas was for community togetherness over the Christmas period. And your hopes and dreams for 2021 was to rebuild and grow as a country. So I think that I know what the second one was about, because obviously there was a change in president and government and everything else. And your wish was for community togetherness over the Christmas period. How did they play out for you?
Well, I think the community togetherness was wonderful over the Christmas period, as it usually is. This is one of the times of the year that the community really, pulls together, and we share how we celebrate our holidays with our family and friends. And a lot of us are friends offline, and there's exchange of Christmas presents and Yule gifts. And so, yeah, Christmas, I think, for the tarot community is one of those very special times of year to me.
Yeah.
And as far as 2021, I think we are in a rebuilding phase. We do have a new president. We have had a lot come out this year about how whitewashed our history is, and that what we were taught in school was not the truth. And I think people are doing some work around that. I know I'm doing work myself on that, because inclusivity is important. I realize how much privilege I have on several levels, and I appreciate that. But I don't want to continue on the backs of others. That's not what I want to do. I want to give voice to all of those people who are suffering. And I think it's going to take a while. It's going to take a long while, but I think we've started doing the work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Brilliant. Thank you for sharing that. Mine was for Christmas to cherish every moment of this Christmas, not taking anything for granted. And then my wish and hopes and dreams for the year was to get to a place where we can live without fear of restrictions. So, yes, I think with my mum coming out of hospital the day before Christmas Eve and having a very different, much scaled back Christmas, I really did live in the moment through that Christmas. I've shared with some friends. I actually believed that it was probably going to be the last Christmas of the Christmas that we've always known, and that something was going to change. And so I really did live in the moment and cherish every moment of it. To get to a place where we can live without fear of restrictions, we've not achieved that really this year. We're still there were high points, but especially with what's happening at the moment, and I know it's different in all different parts of the world, but people are still worried, people are still frightened, and there are still restrictions in place. So maybe that should continue over into 2022. We had Jamie Kelly. So Jamie Kelly was, for her Christmas wish was to be super grateful, and hopes and dreams was being present through the year and finish that manuscript and reorganize the house. I'd love to know. I'd love to know whether that manuscript got finished or whether the house was reorganized. I'm not sure if Jamie's here or not.
I know Jamie, and I don't think either of those things have happened.
Never mind. Mr. Chris Kelly. Chris Kelly said his Christmas, what he was looking forward to about Christmas was seeing his family, including his nephew, who had just turned 1 at the time. So he was looking forward to that. And his hope and dream for 2022 was to meet some of the community in person. I don't know. I mean, Chris was here earlier, but he did say a few weeks ago he didn't know if he'd be able to stay for it all because he didn't know if he'd be able to be in the quiz or not. But if you are still here, I'm not sure you've met anybody from the community, but this time last year, I think Chris was toying with the idea of coming to the UK Tarot meetup. But Chris has had to postpone his wedding a couple of times, and it's in a couple of weeks. So I think he had to save for that. Jackie Jacaranda. Jackie said for Christmas, was looking forward to enjoying a limited celebration last Christmas. And her hopes and dreams for 2021 was family and friends to be happy, healthy, and achieve their dreams. There's Chris. He says, I'm here. No, I haven't met anyone in person. Never mind. Doesn't matter. You will. I'm sure of it. Malamia, who was then using the channel name of Acorn and Burdock, but Malamia Logan. Christmas, looking forward to, was peace and joy despite health crisis in the family. And hopes and dreams for 2022 was to navigate career changes and bring a tarot deck into the world. And she did it.
And she did do it.
She did, yeah.
That's
and
right.
I've got a copy of it. So well done.
Me too. And
that's
also,
really cool.
I heard her mention earlier something about we're not calling her Mahuma.
Yes, because it was down as Mahuma. But
I forgot about that when we were trying to learn how to pronounce her name.
Yeah. We've got Zane from Tarot Token Witchery. Spend time eating lots of food with family and closest friend. And then hopes and dreams was to go back to school to get a degree. Oh, Malamie is here. I didn't do the career changes, but I did the tarot deck. Yeah. Donna from Ozark Oracle. Everyone loves to see how amazing she loves. That's what she was hoping for Christmas, to see how amazing they are. And hopes and dreams for the year was to continue growing. Maybe get off the farm. Do you know, Donna glided me, and she gets off the farm for 3 days a week now and travels for 3 hours and does tarot readings in her sister's esoterical shop.
Oh,
And
wow.
it looks
That's
amazing.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic. Yay. Get her off
She's living the dream.
Before Wilbur drives, I'm sure. Is it Wilbur? The
Wilbur?
rooster?
Oh, she's got so many names for her animals.
I know. I'm trying. It's hard to remember, but
she's got a duck called Herman.
Oh gosh.
Naomi, and as soon as I read Naomi's name popped on the screen. So that was synchronicity.
Here she is.
Yeah. Naomi Hewitt was to be with family again. Sorry, to be with friends again for last Christmas. And the hopes and dreams was wishing for a cure for the coronavirus. Well, I know we don't have a cure, but we have a great vaccination process. So, you know, it's getting there.
Right.
Robin from Toadstool Tarot. I love this one. So Robin said, and I can remember this as well. Firstly, what he was looking forward to about Christmas was an online impromptu Christmas party. And his hopes for 2021 was to still be here.
Well, we're
all achieved
very grateful because he is still here. So
yeah, he achieved that. Well done, Robin. I think we've got 2 more left. We've got June's Tarot Journey, our lovely June. What she was looking for was things to calm down in our presidential election. And her hopes for 2021 was to see positive changes in the world and the uplifting energy from the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction. I can remember that happening around the time that we did this last year.
Yep, I can too.
And then finally, we've got Julia OMCS. What she was looking forward to at Christmas was to make it through New Year's Day. So I don't know what was happening New Year's Day.
I think she did that because I've seen her around. So.
And then hopes for the year was for the health for self, spouse, and family throughout the year. And then I've got in brackets, just turned 80 years old. So that's cool.
Yes.
So that's 2020. So I'm going to count out 10 cards. Well, 12, because we've got to put hours in. What was you going to say, Jen?
I was going to say those were terrific. Those were great.
Yeah, they were. So we get a marker pen and put 2021. I think what year it was then. And then we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to need some new cards next year. Else I'll sit in, I'll be like, oh no, I've not got enough.
Uh-oh.
Right, so Jenna, what are you looking forward to about Christmas this year?
Christmas this year, I am looking forward to celebrating family traditions.
Lovely. And what are your hopes and dreams for 2022?
2022, I would love to see more acceptance and inclusivity in the world.
I love that. Okay. So my hopes for Christmas is for less restrictions, allowing all of the family to come together. And my hopes is going to be a really selfish one, because normally I do the kind of, I want this, I want that. But I want to get to the States this year. I really, particularly New York, it's always been a dream of mine to go to New York. The closest I got was Newark Airport. So I'm going to put to go to the US and meet US tarot peeps. Okay.
Well,
we
know
are.
what? I got to tell you, I'm having a full kind of a year next year. You make those plans, I may meet you there.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be so awesome.
Because I have friends in New York City I could meet too. So
oh, fab.
Yes.
Well, I'm hopefully aiming for October half term. I was coming in the summer, and Robin said it gets so hot and muggy in New York in August. You really want to try and avoid it. So it gives me longer to save as well.
Yes.
So are we ready then? What you'll need to do is both prompts. Please don't post one prompt and then another separately, because it gets muddled. So it's the first 10 people starting now who post both prompts, and it's the 10 people that appears in order on Jenna's device. It will be different for everybody, because when we post them at home, we always appear first on our own ones, but that's not always the case.
Ooh, here, wow. Rolling in.
Yeah, man. I bet there was already.
Okay, Anne, you only put in an answer to one of the two questions, so I got to skip you, hun. So we got Kim Moon Whisper.
Kim Moon Whisper, yeah.
Lucy's Reflections.
Can I have Kim's? And then...
Oh, you want me to tell you, right? Okay, I thought we'd do the list and then go back. Anyway, all right, Kim wants to have a wonderful time with her son on Christmas.
Yep.
And for next year, hoping that Newts isn't canceled so she can see her tarot friends. I'm with you.
Isn't cancelled. She can see her friends. Lovely. Okay, so that's number one, Kim.
Okay, then we have Lucy's Reflections.
Lucy's Reflections, yeah.
And she would like to travel internationally again. Oh, wait a minute. Lucy, you didn't put down what your dream is for this year for Christmas. So I got to skip you. I'm sorry, Simon.
That's all right. I'll pull it to one side just in case she gets in within the other 10.
Okay.
And I'll grab another card.
Our Chris at Elemental Cartomancy is in again.
Yeah.
So he wants to spend some, with big letters, some time enjoying the moment and not worrying about the wedding.
Not worrying about the wedding. Yeah.
And 2022, he still wants to meet tarot peeps.
Come to New York, Chris.
Yes, we're all going to meet up in New York.
Okay, that's Chris's.
Okay, so we've got Tarot Tets and Tea.
Oh, hello.
And Elaine, yes. For Christmas, she wants to get to spend it with family.
Yeah.
And 22, she wants to see an end to the coronavirus.
Amen.
Yeah. I'm with you there, sweetie.
Nice and short and sweet. I like that. That makes it quicker. Yeah. Next.
Oh, So our tiny trinkets and
Tiny trinkets. And yeah.
yep, she wants to relax and quality time with her loved ones.
Yeah.
And 22 is she wants overall clarity and inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
And collabs with tarot tubers. Hit me up, lady.
I haven't interviewed Ange either, so come and do
Ooh,
a catching up with Ange.
yeah, totally.
Yep. Who's next?
Elizabeth, and that's with an S,
Yeah,
Elis.
I know Elizabeth. Lovely. Yeah.
She is thankful to be celebrating with family this year. She was alone last year.
Yep.
And she's wishing for new beginnings and leaving old habits behind.
Lovely. Okay.
Next up is Jay Van Bo.
Jay.
Jey.
Yeah.
And Bo is Beau.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you before, Jay. Howdy. So they're to be in a new wonderful place to live with her children and her beloved partner.
Yeah.
And next year is continue her career growth and maybe a new oracle deck.
Oh.
Ooh.
Lovely. That's Jay's.
Okay, so Aquarius Owl, our Debbie. She wants to spend time with family this year. Ooh, and next year she wants to see her son get engaged. I wonder if he's watching YouTube, Mom.
See son get engaged.
Yes.
Lovely. 3
All
left.
Right. We have how many left?
3.
Okay, so we got Emma the Gray. M.A. the Gray. E-M-M-A-Y.
Yeah.
And they want to make new traditions for this year.
Yeah.
And next year, spend more time with real live humans. I hear you on that one.
Cool. Yeah. 2 left.
Okay. So I'm going to check before I go any further. Who were the okay, was it who were the 2 we set aside?
There was Lucy's Reflections and then Anne Fort.
Okay. Lucy's. I'm going to go further down the thing to see if either one of them answered. So nothing from okay. Nope, I don't see where anybody answered. So okay. Next up we have Donna Thompson.
Donna Thompson. Yeah.
She wants a quiet and healthy Christmas at home with loved ones.
Yeah.
And for 22, a major move into a new home.
Oh.
How exciting.
And the last one.
The last one is our dear Patrice.
Hey, Patrice.
For this year, she wants to see more kindness and connection and unity in the U.S. Hear, hear, my love.
Kindness, connection, and unity.
Yep.
In the US. Yeah, got that.
And 2022 is to meet Simon in New York.
Oh, gosh, that'd be amazing.
We're going to have a party. Maybe we should talk about this offline, Simon.
This is what's spurring me on. I went on Expedia the other day and I got so... It's 22 years since I flew to the States and it's all different. And I'm like, do I book flights and then try and get accommodation? Do I book accommodation and try and get the flights? I'm like, what do I do? But it will be sorted. Right. So
thank you everybody for, all your wonderful hopes and wishes for this year and for next year.
Be sure to come back next year and then we'll open the box and you'll have yours read out and you'll get to say whether your hopes and dreams came true, whether you had the Christmas that you envisaged. And then there'll always be an opportunity again for people to enter if they want to enter. And yeah, it's just something really nice to look back over the year and think, I can remember doing this last year and our L was in the chat and they was like, did I say that? And they was like, well, that was an epic fail. But it doesn't matter, that's the thing. Some of our dreams come true in the year. Sometimes they take a little bit longer, but the Christmas box is magic. So it will happen. You're in the box.
That's right.
Special things happen. So
that's right.
All right. Well, that was fun. So
that was.
I guess we move into the Christmas quiz.
Oh,
this is where I'm going to pour myself a drink because I finished I'm going to have the matcha.
Oh, you're going to do the matcha?
I'm going to do it. So I don't know if it'll come out green on camera. Oh, it has, hasn't it?
Oh, it is. It's green.
Yeah, look at that. It's like Nesquik, the lime milkshake. But it is so good. Oh, that is good.
Is it good?
Really, really good. Yeah.
Now I'm going to have to go out and see if I can still find some.
Another 70-mile drive is on.
Yeah, no.
Chris is poised and ready.
Although what I may do for next year, though, is I may make my booze list and then make that trip up there and be able to get all the booze in one place. I have been to so many liquor stores. These people are going to think I'm an alcoholic.
We could search together in October in New York. Everything's available in New York. Right. So here are the rules. There are 15 questions this year with a bonus question in case of a tie. It is the name that appears first on Jenna's device, just like I said earlier with what we just done with the Christmas box. At home, it may look like you're first, and that's because when you type, you appear first, but there's a couple of seconds before it goes out into the world. So you just have to trust us. There's no agenda or anything. It's just whoever comes first on Jenna's. There is going to be 2 prizes this year. There will be a main prize, which is the stuff I've got and what Jenna's going to put. And then there's a runner-up prize because I had some donations. So the winner's prize is the Radiant Wise Spirit, unopened, still sealed, brand new. There will be some Anne Fort custom-made tarot bags, and she's sent quite a few, so I'm going to split them up. And these are top quality. I'm fortunate enough to be gifted some from Anne, and she is amazing with her tarot bags. So there'll be some tarot bags. If you saw the video I put up this morning of Oracle X, which is incredible, this is an Oracle deck that is unique every single time. No two decks are the same. They've got different cards in them. There's a base 30 cards where everybody gets them, and then the other cards are random from hundreds of other cards. And you can go online and purchase cards at like 70 pence a card and keep adding to it. So it's called Oracle X, and I've been sent 2 third editions of these. So in the runner-up, there'll be one of these and some bags. But in the main prize, there will be the tarot, the Oracle, and some bags. And then, Jen, you've got something to add to that as well, haven't you?
I do. Y'all know me and my straws. So somebody will get a stainless steel straw with a straw brush cleaner, and yep, and it's got this lovely little hook so you can hook it into your purse. I have this awesome box. I don't know if it's going to fit that tarot deck, but it will fit a tarot deck. So I got this great box.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. This is a fantastic book. Seasons of a Magical Life. It talks all about the different seasons and what you can do. And Byron Ballard is amazing. This is a brand new book, 2021 release. And then I also got, now this is kind of small, dude, so I don't know, but this is a prosperity bracelet to help you bring prosperity into the new year. And, you know, I got the box, the book, and the bracelets all at my fabulous metaphysical store that I'm always talking about. It's called the Tree of Life Metaphysical Books and Spirits. I absolutely love it. I always get my prizes from her, and she always donates something. And this year she donated a bottle of her handcrafted Yule oil. So if you are in the United States, hopefully you might get this before Christmas and be able to use that Yule oil at some point.
So the first prize is amazing. All the stuff that Jen's just shown, plus the tarot, the Oracle, and Anne's bags. I want to say a thank you as well to Anne Fort for creating the bags, donating the bags as part of the giveaway. But all through lockdown, Anne was doing a bag and giving them away every single week free of charge. She is just incredible.
Incredible. And thank you, Anne. Thank you for that.
And also thank you to David, who is the owner of Curious Goods in Chesterfield in the UK, for donating 2 Oracle X decks as well. It's very generous, and thank you for doing that. All right, so 15 questions. First to appear. Are you okay if you shout out the name of the right answer? Well, then, how did we do this last year? Because you're not going to necessarily know what the right answer is, are you?
Well, most of the questions you had last year, I did know, and when I didn't know, you would, if you saw the answer and didn't hear me say it, then you just said it yourself.
Yeah.
That so and so had the right answer.
Yes. Okay, and then we'll check who, because sometimes they come in the right answers together, who appears first.
Correct.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yep.
And then I'll make a note of the names. The person who answers the most correct, I think we did have a tie break one year, where somebody got 4 each. I think that might have been the year that Jen and Elle were battling it out.
Yeah, that was the year.
Was it? There will be a tie break question. All right, so are we all ready?
Here we go, guys.
Question number 1. In the first ever commercially produced Christmas cards, children are pictured drinking a surprising festive beverage. What is it? Poised, says Ishi. Poised.
I see that.
Where is Elle?
I don't know the answer, Simon, so.
Okay, we're going to go with Naomi because it's wine. She's put mulled wine, but that's the first one to say wine. So
that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, well
Good
done,
job,
Naomi.
Naomi.
Question 2. In Tudor times, single women believed eating a festive treat would help them find a husband. What was the treat?
Damn, you found hard ones this year.
Oh, I was peeling potatoes.
Peeling
with
potatoes.
Jen. Lots of people going for figs and figgy pudding.
Yep. Chocolate, oysters.
Nobody's got it yet. Think about it, guys. A husband. They're wanting a husband. So what festive treat might they eat? Turkish delight. Cherries. Testicles.
I saw that.
Spotted dick. Sarah D. Gingerbread
Sarah
man.
D.
Gingerbread
Good
man.
job.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay, now this one is a tricky one. In total, how many Christmas gifts are given in the Christmas Carol, The 12 Days of Christmas? In total, how many Christmas gifts are given in the Christmas Carol, The 12 Days of Christmas?
Now you're going to make me do math?
You need to go much higher, guys, much higher. Oh my gosh, Chris at Elemental Cartomancy, 364.
Yay, Chris.
Okay. F maths. Right, they get easier. Question 4. In which children's classic is it always winter but never Christmas? Which children's classic is it always winter but never Christmas? Oh, I can't take Narnia, but Richard, Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. C.S. Lewis's Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. Well done, Richard. Was he first on yours, Jenna?
Yeah, he was.
Question 5. Which Queen song has been Christmas #1 twice? Which Queen song has been Christmas #1 twice? I think this will come in fast because I think it's quite an easy one. It's that pregnant pause, and then
I was going to say, then we're going to get flooded. Here we go.
I got Naomi.
I got Naomi too.
Naomi has 2 now.
Ooh. You better,
Dun, dun,
you better
dun.
pick it up, Chris.
Get those suctions out. Question 6. I love this one. How many La's follow far in the chorus Deck the Halls? How many La's follow far in the chorus Deck the Halls? Everybody's there at home now going, fa la 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 la. 8.
Good job, Chris.
It's coming back.
Oh,
Naomi,
God.
Naomi is hot on your tail.
Look out, Naomi. That competition.
Okay, so next. Question 7. Who co-wrote Do They Know It's Christmas with Bob Geldof in 1984? Who co-wrote
Ooh.
with Bob Geldof Do They Know It's Christmas? Oof.
Oof. Well.
Oh, we've got Richard.
Oh, good one, Richard.
So we've got Naomi on 2, Chris on 2, and Richard on 2.
Richard on 2. Ooh, it's heating up.
Still everything to play for. Question 8. We're halfway there. Arguably a Christmas movie, but in which city is Die Hard set? In which city is Die Hard set? I watched this yesterday, actually. It's not New York. I've got M.A. the Grey with L.A.
Yep.
Yep. He was from New York. He was a New York cop, but he traveled over to LA.
Yep.
Okay. Question 9. This is an easy one. What is the name of the reindeer in Frozen? What is the name of the reindeer in Frozen? Oh, Chris.
Yeah, right there.
Sven.
Sven.
Should have known with his Disney Plus.
Now, Billy's Tarot and Astrology said the second one is set in New York.
Oh, is it? That's interesting. Oh, I bet she probably went back with him then, did she? I've never seen the others past the first Die Hard.
Yeah, me either. Once you have an original, I am a firm believer that usually sequels or second or further are all going to be crappy.
Yeah. I think the only exception to that was Gremlins. I thought Gremlins 2 was brilliant, but it's very rare.
I did like Gremlins too, but
yeah. Okay, so question 10. Which famous TV family have a dog called Santa's Little Helper? Which famous TV family have a dog called Santa's Little Helper?
there's our Chris.
Chris has got it.
Right in under Richie, boy. He got it in just in under Richie.
Do you know what as well? I've just realised it's this matchup. I put Sven down instead of Chris on the last question.
That's it this Christmas. Now you're Sven.
Oh, so Chris has 4. Right. There's still 5. I mean, somebody could just come in now and get all 5. So
that's true.
question 11. Which famous English actor joins Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy for the starring role in the Muppets Christmas Carol? Which famous English actor joins Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy for a starring role in the Muppets Christmas Carol? Sven is the favourite to win. He's done it again.
Chris in again.
Wow. Richie and Naomi, come on. we need some level pegging.
If you look at the timing, Richie is just like a breath under Chris. Just like a breath.
I bet you any money Chris has gone to his mobile phone as well. You get like an extra second on your mobile phone. He'll be like, Simon, shush, everybody's going to do that now. Question 12. In the song, We Wish You a Merry Christmas, the carolers won't leave until they get some. What do they want?
The mob is slower this year.
M.A. the Grey.
M.A. got it.
See, Chris was typing something else.
You missed it.
So M.A. has 2. So M.A. is level pegging with Richard and Naomi. Okay.
How many does Chris have?
Chris has 4.
Ooh.
No, Chris has 5 now. Chris has 5.
Ooh.
Question 13. On Christmas Day in 1914, British and German soldiers in the trenches initiated an unofficial ceasefire. What activity were the soldiers reported to share in no man's land? So 1914, an unofficial ceasefire. Do we take soccer? Soccer is football, isn't it?
Well, not in the United States sense. Soccer is a whole different game.
Okay, because the actual answer is football.
So we're gonna have to go with Maria's calming space.
Okay. Sorry, Debbie.
Sorry, Debbie.
All right. Second to last question. Does that mean Chris can be beaten? We'll see. What is the name of the little girl who befriends the Grinch in the 2000 film? The name of the little girl who befriends the Grinch. Sarah D.
Sarah D.
Cindy Lou. Yeah. And the final question. Which character declares Merry Christmas, one and all, in Charles Dickens's A Christmas Carol? Merry Christmas, one and all.
Chris is just sitting back and not even trying anymore.
Tiny Tim, Sandra.
Yay, Sandra got one in. Chris.
Right, because remember, there's a second prize, so there might be a tie on the second prize. So, in first place, with 5 correct answers, is our Chris. So, well done, Chris. You get the tarot.
Congratulations, Chris.
The
you will
oracle.
not get your oil by Yule.
Not unless you're going to go over and collect it. So, for the second place, so Naomi got 1, 2. Richard got 1, 2. Emma got 1, 2. So, I'm going to read the bonus question. We only need Naomi, Richard, or MA to answer it. Okay. So to give them a chance, if nobody else. Yeah.
Before we do that, I want to say that Debbie pointed out that they did play soccer, not American football.
Okay.
So if they actually played soccer and not American football, then she got that question correct.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't alter the outcome.
It doesn't alter, but it's important that the information about the question is correct.
It is.
And so it was not American football. It was soccer they played.
Yeah. And I don't know what soccer is. So that's why I said, is soccer something different? Because the answer was football for the question. So English and Germans play the game of football, which is big over here. And England's played Germany many times over the years for football.
In that case, Debbie is correct. It's what the Americans would call soccer. So,
yeah.
Okay. We, again, that whole British American wordage thing, language. Thank you for pointing that out though, Debbie.
Yeah. So just to show everybody on the thing, it does say football. So we just went with what's down as the answer.
And that's okay. That's okay. Soccer is football for us in the Europe. So yeah. So just remember that when they put down their arms in 1914, they played soccer, not football. Americans, remember, it's soccer, not football.
Yeah. But over here, that's football.
Everybody.
All right. So Richard, Emma, and Naomi, are you ready? First person to answer the question, and we only want these three people, please, to answer it. Name Will Ferrell's character in Elf. Name Will Ferrell's character in Elf.
Naomi got it.
Yeah, Buddy is the answer.
Yep.
Buddy. So, first prize, Chris. Second, Naomi. So, Chris, I've got your address. Naomi, I believe I've got your address. You'll just need to send Jenna your address, Chris, so she can send out her things to you as well. Well, thank you, everyone. Message me, Sven. But that was good fun. I enjoyed that. So
that was good fun. Thank you, everybody, for participating. You guys are awesome, as always.
And that brings us to the end of our 5th anniversary Christmas catch up. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull it from I don't know, so the Christmas tarot, then the winter weight.
Oh,
and let's
you
just
got
see if
your
we've got a
winter
message
weight too. And here's the funny
I've got this
thing.
one.
My winter weight is in a Kelly bag too. How about that?
Do you know,
You got green.
I love the combination of the lovely green against the red on your bag. I noticed when you showed it, I was like, that's a beautiful combination.
I know, right?
So which winter weight do you have? Do you have the red backs or the blue and red?
I have the red backs, which was last year's.
Yeah, I've got the other red plaid back, but I didn't get the 3rd edition that you've got. Oh. I think I've had too much masher. I can't shuffle properly.
Are you dropping cards?
Yeah. Okay, message for the Christmas period for everyone here. Let's have something really. Every card's wonderful, but you know what I mean. Just something. Gosh, I'm shuffling terribly. The Magician.
Ooh.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind for me is, you know, the Magician is a magical card. Christmas is a magical time of the year for me anyway. But it's time for us to manifest, you know. Focus on the good this Christmas. We can get overwhelmed by things that's happening in the world, but what's important to you at this time of year? Family, friends, loved ones, and just focus on that and the things that you have in your heart. You know, we've all just shared through tonight's live what our hopes and our dreams are. Well, don't just leave them there as hopes and dreams. You know, we have to put the work in too. We've got the tools around us to be able to bring, to use to bring our dreams and our hopes into fruition, to help them to materialize. So go out there and get it this festive period.
And with Simon, I pulled the Wheel of Fortune.
Wow. Two majors.
Yeah. And, you know, the wheel keeps moving. And like Simon said with the Magician, you have to put in the work. Time is going to march on whether you want it to or not. And so get moving and do all the things you want to do and be with the people that you want to be with and all of those great things, because time is going to move on with or without you. So let it be with you and have fun. Have fun. So
wonderful. Wow. Well, thank you. Firstly, thank you, Jenna, for being here again and having the last 90 minutes or so with me and doing the Christmas cuppa. I can't imagine now a Christmas without you being a significant part of it. So thank you. I'm looking forward to next year already. But yeah, it's just been an absolute blast. Thank you to everybody who's been here. Thank you to the mods. I saw that you took care of a couple of comments earlier. Congratulations to Chris, who won the quiz and the prizes, and also to Naomi as runner-up. And I just wish everybody here the Christmas that you want. You know, I hope it turns out to be exactly what you hope it to be. For those of you who've shared your hopes and dreams and aspirations for 2022, I hope they come into fruition for you as well. So anything you want to say, Jen, before we wrap up?
I am just sending the community a whole lot of love, and I hope you all have a wondrous Christmas, a fantabulous New Year's, and let's make 2022 one of the best years we've ever had. You know, times are changing and the world is changing, and we can change and adapt with it. And it doesn't mean that we still can't have some fun. So let's try and do that.
Absolutely. All right. Well, have a lovely Christmas, my friend. And I will speak to you soon. Stay on at the end and we'll sum up anyway. Yep. Thank you, everybody. Have a lovely time. And I'll be back at some point over the festive period. So until then, go in peace. Namaste and blessed be.